Okay, welcome to part 3 of the Trigr landing page, and in this video I just want to install and set up React Router DOM so that we are no longer going to be seeing these two components on the same page. So I'm going to go back into VS Code, and I have my server running on localhost 3000 already. Okay, so you can go ahead and do that. And by the way, I should mention that if you want the source code, then you can head over to my GitHub. I'm going to leave this link in the description as well. The repository is called Trigr, this right here, and you can clone this. You can clone this right here, and then you have to run npm install and then npm start. Okay, so let's go back inside here and let's begin by changing this. We need to style this out a bit better so that it becomes bold as it was in the first video. Remember, in the last video I added tailwind, so that's why some of the styling has reset. So let me place this right here and then we can begin. So I'm going to go inside my header component, and inside this h2 I'm going to give this a class name of font-bold, and then let's say text-xl. How does that look? Let's say 4xl to make it bigger. Okay, that's too big. Let's say 2xl. And then let me go inside this button because I need this text to be smaller. So inside this button component, it has a class of btn. So let me go inside my index.css right here. Let me find the class of btn, which is this one right here. Okay, so right here, font size, I'm going to change this font size to 14 pixels. Okay, and then I'm going to reduce this padding. So let's reduce this padding, let's say around 8 pixels on the top and bottom and 10 pixels on the left and right. How does this look? That looks fine. Okay, the reason I'm reducing it is because on extremely small screens I don't want this button to take up the entire width. Okay, and then I'm going to increase it. So let me just add a media query right around here. Of course, I'm going to say target the .cta class and then the .btn. I'm going to say font size, increase this to 16 pixels, and then let's say padding and take it back to 10 pixels on the top and bottom and 20 pixels on the left and right. And let's see how this looks right around here. There we go. Okay, so that's looking fine. Now the next thing that I want to do is open up my terminal in VS Code. You can do that using control and tilde or control and J. And then I want to say npm install react router DOM. Okay, so as this installs, I'm going to go inside my app.js file right here. And then in my app.js, I'm going to import, import browser router. So browser router. And then I'm going to import route. And then I'm going to also import switch. And this is not the correct one, so remove this. So I'm going to say browser router. This is coming from React Router DOM right there. Finished installing. Fantastic. And then I'm going to grab all of this. I'm going to grab all of this and set up a new tag here called browser router. Okay, open and close it. And then I'm going to paste this in. Okay, but this is just a bit different. And you know what? So that it's not all that confusing, I'm going to comment this out. And then I'm going to say the first thing that I want to render is the header. And the reason why I'm rendering the header, outside of a route component is because I want the header to appear on every page, no matter the page that I'm on, right? And then I'm going to set up my switch component. So switch first of all. Okay, and then I'm going to start setting up my route. So the first route is going to be going to the /, which is my home page. And then I'm going to add an exact prop here. And for this home page, I want to render the hero component. That's it. Now, the reason why we have the exact prop here is because I want to make sure that only when we are on the home page should this render. And I'm going to explain why we need that once we create this second route. So this second route is going to be going to a path called /get started, like so. I'm going to close this out, and I want to render the get started route. Right now, the reason why we need this exact prop once again is because only when this path matches the / should this render. Now when you look at this, technically this also has a /. So if I remove this, look at this. If I remove this, let me save this and let's reload this just to make sure that it reloads properly. Look at that, we are on the home page, right? We are on the home page and we don't show the get started page. So that is correct. But when I go to /get started, look at this. Even though we are on the get started page, look at this. we don't see our get started component. Instead, we still see our home component, and this is not what we want, right? So look at this. When I come back inside here and add the exact prop, now look at this. Now we see our get started component and we don't see our homepage component. So that is the reason why we need this right here. Okay, now we have reset some of the styling inside here because of this main class wrapper. So let me see if I can grab these two routes and then have a main with a class of wrapper inside here, and I hope this will still work. It should still work. There we go. So we have that, and of course we need the header as well to be inside the class of wrapper. So let me move this above this, and then let's move this sorry, not that one but this one. Let's move this down. I think that should still work. Yeah, it works correctly. Okay, so let's go back into our home page. Fantastic. Now what we need to do is actually set up this navigation so that it works, right? So let's go back inside our header.js, and we have an about us page which I have not created. We have a let's talk page which we have not created either, but we need to add the get started route. So this is not actually the correct component. We should be inside the button component. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this, okay, and then inside here I'm going to render a link component, and instead of link I'm just going to render nav link actually. So nav link, this is going to be going to / get started, which is the route that we have created. So this nav link is like an href, and then is like the anchor tag actually, and then the 2 is the href, and this is going to / get started, and I'm just going to say get started, okay, and then we need to import this because it's coming from React Router DOM. So I'm going to say import nav link from React Router DOM. Save this, and this should work. Let's see, get started, and there we go. So we have our get started page when we click on it, and then we need to be able to go back to the home page when we click on this logo. So let's go back into header.js, and then let's grab all of this. And you know what, instead of grabbing all of this, actually I can just do this. I can just render the nav link inside here. Nav link to this is going back to the / page, and then I'm just going to say Trigr like so. So save this, and let's see, nav link is not defined. Of course I always forget to import it, so import this from React Router DOM, and I've done that by saying control and space bar, which gives me the options that I would normally have, such as to auto import it. So when I click this, it auto imports it. So save that, and then let's go back into, come on, it does that sometimes. So when it does that and you fix the error, just reload it. So yeah, on the get started, okay, you can go back to our homepage. There we go. So look at that, get started, really, get started, and then homepage. Now I've just noticed something. Notice how I'm clicking on this button but nothing is happening. That's because the link is actually on the text and not on the button. So let's change that. Let's go back inside here, and then let's move this upwards, and then let's remove this text from here, and then let's move this right here, and then let's add the text get started, so that now it's going to be wrapped inside here. Okay, so let's see. Now when I click on this, I should go to get started and then Trigr. There we go. So that's looking fantastic. Now let's just reset this a bit. Let's add the font size for this, for the header, for the logo, sorry. Let's save that for large screens, then the text should be 4XL. Okay, and then let's fix this as well. Let's go inside our showcase, which is, where is it, the hero. I usually call it showcase. Let's give this a class name of font bold. Come on, font bold. Okay, yeah, that fixes it actually, and there we go. So that's it for this video, and in the next video we're going to deal with our contact us page. And you know what, instead of postponing it, let me just create the routes that we're going to need. So we have our get started. Let me add a route. The path for this is going to be / contact us. Okay, and then it's going to render our contact us page. So contact us that we don't have, by the way. And then another route, the path for this is going to be / come on, / about us, and then it's going to render the about us page. Okay, so let's create these two components. Inside our pages, let's create a new file called contact us.js, and then let's say _rfc. Let's return in h1 that says contact us, and then let's create another page called about us.js. Let's say _rfc, come on, and then let's return an h1 that says about us. Okay, so let's save that, and then let's bring in these two components right at the top. So now I'm going to copy this down, change this to contact us, and then change this to about us. There we go. So save this, and then let's see if this would work, but it doesn't technically work because we need to change these links. We need to change these list items into links. So let me grab this. Let's say nav link. So I need to render nav link. This is going to / about - us. Come on, I keep writing use. So nav link, this says about us. Okay, and then let's grab this. This is nav link. This is going to / contact - us. Okay, and it says let's talk. Okay, and this is important. Fantastic. So let's save this, and let's see. When I click on this, we have about us, and then when I click on this, we have contact us, and there we go. Now another thing that I do want to do is inside the app.js, I want to render an error page, right? So let me create a new page here called error.js. Error.js, okay, let's say _rfc, and let's return an h1 that says error page, and then below this let's have a nav link that goes back to the home page. So I'm going to say back to home page, and then we need to import this as well. I keep doing that. Okay, so let's save that, and then let's create the route for the error page. Now the route for this is going to be a bit unique because the path is going to be a wildcard, right? An asterisk, and we're going to be rendering the error page, right? Error page right there. Now what this means is that every other route that is not listed here is going to match the error page, and that is what we want. Now let's just import the error page. Come on, I thought I imported it. Does it? No, let's just copy this down. Let's change this to error, like so. So let's try it out. Let's go to a path that doesn't exist, right? And we should see error page and back to home page, and when I click this, it should take me back to the home page. Fantastic. So that is going to be it for this video, and in the next video we're going to start dealing with our contact us page.